I'm from Guatemala. I'm a former day laborer, and I work for WOS, Worker Rights Education Project. And I strongly believe that everybody says here that only the people who are affected can solve their own reality, and that's kind of like our mission of WOS. We empower people in order to be self-sufficient in anywhere. I work with day laborers. Day laborers are the people who are on the streets, or now we have a worker center. Most of them, they are Latinos. 70% of them, they are Latinos, but some of them, they are Asian, African American, and Native American. All of them, they have a common goal, which is get a job for a day. Most of the laborers, they are looking for work to have like a permanent jobs, good wages, and good working condition. Some of the some of the laborers, they face some of the issues when you are on the street. You never know who is the person who's gonna hire you. You never know if you're gonna get paid that day. You don't know the work you're gonna do. It's a life of uncertainty, and some issues that they face. Some of them, they are homeless, and they have like a exploitation. The wage theft is one of the big problems. Discrimination and hate crimes. We have 3 programs. One is the internal organizing, which we use the philosophy of popular education. Which popular education, it's a philosophy that we think that the only way that we can change the society for a better society is to think collectively and to be in the front line, the people who are affected. And for that way, WOS is the internal organizing. Sometimes I call it the invisible organizing, because it happens, people, they don't know that we're organizing people in there. And we have the external organizing, but we see the need that we need allies to support us, to be with us when we need them. Part of the biggest accomplishment that we have is in 2008 we opened for the first time a worker center in the city of Portland. The worker center, when we opened the worker center, it immediately improved the wage theft. It's not improved. It doesn't happen, the wage theft in the worker center. Every year we see between 30 to 50 wage theft happen on the streets, but at the worker center we have only 1 or none. So definitely the worker center is one of the biggest thing that for us that the wage theft doesn't happen. I want to talk a little bit about the wage claim program, which I think it's basically the reason I'm here. The wage claim program is started since we start organizing on the street corners, because that's some of the issue that day labor face. So immediately think how we're going to do this, how we're going to stop the wage theft. So we have a meeting on the street with day laborers. So one thing we commonly came up is with a big piece of paper. So we need to write it down, like the name of the employers who doesn't pay. And so we call the employer most wanted in that time. So we have who is that person, what's his name, the license plate, just like a brief description of that person. It works. Some of the day laborers, they see a car or this red guy, so it helps. And but at the same time, we need to how to prevent this. And we create a booklet we call Libreta del Trabajador, which is a booklet that we collect information about the employers, like what's the first thing. Sometimes we think day laborers when we're on the streets, and we say we need to act like as a baby because you don't know who is the person who's going to hire us. So we need to write it down, the address of the person, the name, the phone, the license plate, the car, color of the car, so you can see the description of the guy. So we create that libreta del trabajador with that goal to prevent that if this guy doesn't pay you, so we have all the information. You have to write the information. What time did you start? What time did you take a break? Did you what's the agreement? The verbal agreement. It's okay. So kind of those things. But and then we start like the wage claim form. Like we have now 4 components. One is the education piece, which is we go on the streets to tell them about their rights and also their responsibilities to write all this information in case you didn't get paid. We have the legal team, one of the volunteers here, which is they follow up with the employers to the legal process until they get paid. And we have the direct action, which also with Poland Solidarity, we work together. We have done a lot of direct action in the past. And quickly, I just want to tell a story, which is I think for me it was a really good story. There's a day labor they want he wants us to recover his wages, but he doesn't really know where he lives. So in that moment, we're working to get the address of the employers. Finally, we got the address, and one of the television, I think it was Channel 8, they call us and they say that they want to know the issues that they labor face in this country. So I say one of the things is wage theft. Can we do an interview? And for us, it's better to go with us. And we told them, like, why don't you go with us right now? We're going to go visit some employers. So that's one of the issues we were facing. So they went with us, and they had their cameras, and we told them, we don't know what's the reaction of the employer, but just we need to be careful. And so they installed the cameras there, and me and the day laborer, we went to the door, and we knocked the door, and as soon as he saw us, he started like saying all bad words to us, and he saw the day laborer, and he was like, I don't want you to be in front of my door, and all these F things. But he didn't see the cameras because the cameras hiding there. And the reporter came, walk and said, "This is, we know that you didn't pay the guy, and we are here to some of the issues they face, and this is one of them." And he was kind of nervous, and I didn't pay, but I have the money. I just don't have like in that time, and he reacted totally different. Finally, he paid us. And then we have the other component of the work is also we think that in the legislation level, so we need to do some work. We are part of a coalition we call a wage theft in the state of Oregon, which I want to Bio can explain that work.
I'm not going to talk too much about the coalition, but anyway, I'm Bio Rubiani. I am with the Northwest Workers Justice Project. We are we're a member of the coalition, but we sort of do the organizing part. I'm the coordinator, and I'm also the coordinator for the Community Outreach Committee. We have 36 organizations, members of the coalition. They're from all over the place, including small business organizations like Main Street Alliance is one of our members, faith-based organizations, workers' rights organizations like BOS and Jobs with Justice, and several others. Rural Organizing Project is one of them, pretty strong member. So we do the sort of the legislative piece. In 2013, it was the first time that we actually went to the legislature and asked, we took 8 bills with us. Sorry. No. We took 8 bills with us 3 made it to committee. 1 eventually passed, and it was bill, the law requiring labor contractors to be licensed, so that if I am Hoffman Construction and I need workers and I go to a labor broker, that labor broker now has to be licensed and bonded, so that if their workers are not getting paid, I'm not, Hoffman, responsible for the wages, or if I do hire a labor contractor that is not licensed, then I am ultimately responsible for the wages. So this year or next year, we are going to the legislature again, this time much better prepared to not have 8 bills, but we want to have a few. And the main one, and we're still working on it, and a lot can happen between now and November, of course, and after November, in fact. We are going to try to put forth an omnibus bill that it's basically going to do 2 things. One is improve enforcement of the wage theft laws already in place. But the other piece is just give workers tools, more tools, so that they can recover their wages. Unfortunately, I can't say much more than that. They are drafting it as we speak. A few ways to get involved. The coalition has a pledge. It's the pledge to stop wage theft in Oregon. If you go to our website, and I'll put it on the board here in a second, you can do one of few things. You can educate people in your community about wage theft. You can volunteer or participate in some of our events. You can share your story if you are a victim of wage theft with the legislature and with us. And you could also obviously donate money. The other thing that we are asking all of you, especially those of you in the field, is that if you do know workers who are victims of wage theft, we do want to hear from them. We believe that the reason why we were successful in passing the 1 bill in 2013 is because legislators have a much harder time saying no to somebody right in their face, telling them, you know, how wage theft affected them. So if you do know of something like that be, you know, share their stories with us, or tell them to share their stories with us. And then, of course, if you want to be a member of the coalition or a partner or an ally, do contact us, and we would be happy to have you. Thank you.